Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into the Untamed. We're diving into episode 5. Honestly, I should be going to bed right now. I have to get up early in the morning, and it's not super late, but I have to be up earlier than I care to be. But I'm in a good mood right now. I was feeling tired earlier and wasn't really in a mood to do much recording, but then I sat down, I watched episode 2 of My School President, and I'm like, you know what? I feel in a good mood right now. So while I'm still in my good mood, I figured why not just do one more little reaction? Maybe one more. Who knows? We'll see how I feel at the end of this. But we're going to dive in and just see where episode 5 takes us. I saw the start of a number of interesting relationships over the last couple of episodes, and we got some new characters introduced last episode, and I'm just excited to see where this episode takes us. So we're just going to dive on in and find out. One thing I love about this series, aside from all the fine-ass men, because heaven knows there are so many of them, Lord Jesus, the series, all the cheekbones in China were just brought for the cast of this series, like, goodness me. But aside from that, like, I just love how entertained I am by the series, because literally it just flies by. When I sit down to, record one of these episodes, I look at how long it is, and it's like, okay, 43 minutes, and I'm like, okay, it's not a super long time, but I'm like, I don't know if I have the energy for 43. I don't know, but we'll just dive in and we'll just make the best of it. And then it feels like 10 minutes goes by and the episode's over, because it's just so entertaining. I love. Okay, so there's so many other things I love. I love the nature of Zhan and Wuxia's relationship dynamic, or whatever you want to call it right now. I love this sort of Zhan is, again, we've discussed it, very, by the book, follow the rules, this, that, and the other, but very cold and dismissive, and like, I just don't have time for your games and shenanigans, little boy. And Wuxian is just, he's a child. He's a child who wants to have fun, but also wants to be a friend. So he is trying. He's trying so hard to be Nanjan's friend, and he's trying to make amends, and like, okay, hey, let's talk, let's do this, hey, blah blah blah. And Nanjan ain't got no time for it. It's like, nope, shut it down at every turn. And especially there in that last scene when they were on the boats going down the canal, and he's like, hey, have a loquat, and Nanjan catches it, and he's like, no, and tosses it back to him. And then his brother is like, hey, if you want loquats, I'll get you a whole basket. And he's like, no. That moment there tells me that Nanjan's ass wanted that loquat. He wanted it, but for whatever reason, he's set himself up with this precedent that he has to be very cold and dismissive when it comes to Wuxian. So since he set that precedent already, as much as he wants that loquat, he's like, I can't give in. I don't want him to think that I'm softening. I don't want to think that I like him, or that anything like that. I don't want him to think that I'm getting soft or weak or anything like that. So I want that loquat, but I can't have it. So no. And no, don't you buy me none either, because I don't want him to think that I'm just not taking his loquat. No, I don't need any loquats. Fuck that shit. And then we see him buy the two bottles of, what was it, Emperor's Smile, Shine, whatever the liquor was. So it's like, okay, I see you, Zhan, because that is totally me. There's some times when I might be totally fine, and one of my pet peeves, just in life, is people saying, oh, what's wrong with you, when absolutely nothing's wrong with me. I'm fine. I'm just sitting quietly, thinking about things or watching TV or whatever. Nothing's wrong with me. And they're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. What's wrong with you? Nothing. Okay, you don't have to be secretive. You can talk to me. I'm like, nothing. And then they keep harping on it to the point where it's like, okay, nothing was wrong with me, but now I'm just annoyed because you won't leave me the hell alone. And then like time will pass, I will get over it, but they'll come back like 20 minutes later and like, hey, you okay, or you want something, you want to go do this, and I've already in my head put up this front at that particular point where it's like, okay, I'm upset, I'm angry over this thing, and I don't want to like soften right now, so no, I'm gonna let them feel my wrath. Not that they give a fuck, but like that's a terrible example, but like it's one of those situations where it's like, you know what, I've already put up this facade, or I've already put up this view to everyone else in the world right now, where it's like, okay, I'm this way, I am upset right now, I am whatever. So even though I may have moved on from that, the fact that they're coming back and acknowledging, like I can't let myself. I gotta stay in this mode. I've made up my mind, even though I'm not upset or anything like that. I've already made up my mind that they're gonna feel that I'm upset, so I just gotta pretend to be upset now. So now, no, I can't have dinner. I can't do this. It's a character flaw. I'm fully aware of this. I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world, but that's very much what I was getting from Zhan there at the end, where it's like, okay, he out here. He's something else, I tell you. Then what else? Obviously, so we sealed. I'm assuming it was a seal. We didn't like destroy the aqua demon or whatever. I think we're sealing demons. That's something that we're gonna see throughout. Because I think when I was watching the second episode, I was like, oh, this fairy statue or whatever. It felt like a monster of the week type thing. And there are a lot of you guys were like, oh no, everything that they do, it's gonna come back at some point. Every demon that they fight is gonna come back at some point. It's gonna be important to the story, this, that, and the other. So I'm feeling like since the fairy demon came back, because I remember them being like, oh, why is this back? I thought we sealed this, years ago, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking we're going on the adventures right now of sealing all these demons who potentially are going to come back in present day and wreak havoc for whatever reason. So the aqua demon, not dead necessarily, maybe just sealed, kept at bay, although there was that bit of it that escaped, as we saw after he put the seal on there. It just kind of floated off into the distance. So who knows, maybe that is not necessarily the aqua demon, but what possessed something, possessed the water ghost and then turned them into the aqua demon, or maybe it's a part of the tiger amulet thing. Like, don't know, lots of ways that can go, but basically some fragment of it escaped. So I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of that in the coming episodes. I love my little cinnamon roll Wei Ning, and we got a little bit more insight. We don't know what happened to him, but we know that he's sick of something. Something's happened at some point, and now seeing him get sort of possessed on that boat, and Wuxia being as intelligent as he is, he's like, so he's a cultivator, and something probably happened to him in the past that made him more susceptible to possessions and the will of ghosts and spirits and all that kind of stuff. Sister didn't want to go into details, so she wasn't gonna, she's got trust issues, understandable, because she's out here doing secret espionage stuff and trying to find this, that, and the other. So it's fair that she does not necessarily trust other people, because she's not terribly trustworthy herself right now. But she doesn't want to necessarily trust Wuxian and give up all her secrets, so she wasn't gonna tell him. But her silence was enough for us as the audience to say, okay, so there was something that happened to sweet little boy that makes him more susceptible to the will of spirits. Are we going to see what that thing is? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably. We got so many episodes. So probably. But just interesting little building up the backstory on them. I like seeing that. What else? I'm just kind of scrubbing through the episode. Cheekbones on cheekbones on cheekbones on cheekbones. Oh god, so many cheekbones. the first scene with Zhan and Wuxia, hilarious. Him having to do his punishment in the library and write verses a million times, and just, again, their dynamic is just so entertaining to watch. I enjoy them. I think those may be the major takeaways from the episode, aside from, the battle with the Aqua Demon. Yeah, and then Zhan gave him the talisman. It was like, oh yeah, and I feel like we're shipping Zhang and I don't know why can't remember Wei Ning's sister's name right now, but I feel like we're supposed to be shipping them. Maybe we're not. Maybe I'm just making ships out of everyone when there aren't supposed to be ships, but like I feel a connection between the two of them, and I don't know how that's necessarily going to work out with the nature of her clan as it is, but we'll just have to wait and see. But all in all, highly entertaining, as it always has been, as I'm sure it's going to continue to be, so I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm going to stop babbling so I can go to bed because I got to get up early in the morning, but I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah.